Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It is pretty common knowledge that one in-game year takes about 1 hour to complete, but common knowledge isn't always accurate, so in this video I will put that to the test. In addition to that, I will also discuss a few other oddities and fun facts about time in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. To measure how long a year is, you can just take a stopwatch and measure how long one in-game year takes. This takes quite a long time though, so I only measured the length of the first month. My stopwatch came to rest after 6 minutes and 49.9 seconds, which is 409.9 seconds. The first month of the year in RollerCoaster Tycoon is March, which has 31 days, so we can calculate that one day takes 13.22 seconds to complete. You would think that now all we need to do is multiply the length of a day by the number of days in a RollerCoaster Tycoon year, but actually it works slightly differently. Instead of every day being the same length, every month is the same length. When I timed April, which has 30 days instead of 31, I once again got 6 minutes and 49.9 seconds. Timing by hand is always slightly inaccurate, so I looked at the code to see how long a month really is, and I found that 1 month is 6 minutes and 49.6 seconds long. Since a RollerCoaster Tycoon 1 and 2 year has 8 months, we can simply multiply this by 8 and find out that 1 year is 54 minutes and 36.8 seconds long. This is fairly close to the common knowledge of an hour, but it is about 9% shorter. With this, we can calculate the conversion factor between real time and RollerCoaster Tycoon time. In real life, the 245 days from March the 1st until October the 31st take a little over 21 million seconds. In RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, that same time span takes only 3276.8 seconds. If we divide the first number by the second number, we can calculate that RollerCoaster Tycoon time is 6,460 times faster than real time. The length of a day is a bit trickier as it depends on the month. In months with 31 days, a day is 13.21 seconds long, while in the 30-day months a day is 13.65 seconds long. This seems completely nonsensical, but actually it's not if you think about it. In real life, a day always has the same length, while months vary in length. The RollerCoaster Tycoon universe just has it the other way around. A month is always the same length and the day varies in length to make that happen. Now it's time for some fun and silly calculations. In an earlier video I calculated that the fastest guests walk at a speed of around 17 km per hour, depending on how long a tile is, and that sounds incredibly quick, but actually it isn't. That 17 km per hour was calculated with real time, not in-game time. To correct for this, we need to divide by the conversion factor of 6460. We can now see that the fastest guests actually walk at a monstrously slow speed of 2.63 meters per hour. We can do the same trick with roller coasters. This junior coaster, called Cozy Caterpillar, takes 47 seconds to complete, which converted to RCT time is 3 days, 12 hours and 20 minutes. Or is it? Well, yes, that conversion is correct. It does take a 47-second ride about 3.5 days in-game to complete. But what if I told you that the 47 seconds it says in the stats window is incorrect? In the bottom right corner there is a timer running that started when the train left the station and will come to a stop when the train returns to the station. It should stop at around 47 seconds, but it will not. It actually stops at around 38 seconds, 9 seconds faster than the advertised time. What's up with that? Well, this has to do with the fact that the internal timer is different from the playback speed. Many games, including RollerCoaster Tycoon, measure time in ticks. The internal timer in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 assumes that there are 32 ticks in a second. However, the game is displayed at a speed of 40 ticks per second. This doesn't really cause any issues, except when the game needs to display a real-time duration. Let's say we have a roller coaster that takes 3200 ticks to complete. The game thinks that there are 32 ticks in a second, which should make the coaster 100 seconds long, so the stats window says 1 minute and 40 seconds. Because the game is actually displayed at 40 ticks a second and not 32, those 3200 ticks actually only take up 80 seconds or 1 minute and 20 seconds. This is a difference of 20%. All rides actually take 20% less time to complete than the stats window says that they do. This means that our cozy caterpillar actually only takes 2 days, 19 hours and 6 minutes to complete, which is basically nothing, am I right? There is another interesting thing about the timer for the ride duration. It is stored in a 16-bit number, which means that the highest number of seconds it can store is 65,535. This is 18 hours, 24 minutes and 15 seconds. If you have a ride that takes longer to complete than that, the timer will roll over to 0 seconds and after that starts counting up again. If you max out the distance counter at 32 kilometers and 767 meters and make your ride slightly longer than the maximum number of seconds, you can get really weird results. The average speed of a ride is calculated by dividing the length by the ride duration, so your 32 something kilometer long coaster with a ride duration of a few seconds gets a crazy high average speed. My favorite of these is a 6 second 32.767 kilometer long ride. This gives an average speed of almost 100,000 kilometers per hour, and for some reason that gives more than 300 excitement. One more thing. When I made my video about how the clock item works, I missed one neat little thing. When a guest is looking at the clock, they will check their watch to see what time it is. This has no effect on the game at all, but it is a neat little animation that adds life to the game. And that is all that I have to say about time in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like or leave a comment. You can also subscribe or follow me on Twitch. Thank you all for watching and I will see you in the next video.